All right. Also,
Absolutely.
I want to ask you a question. Have you heard the rumors that property is being seized up there in North Carolina?
Oh, yeah. Every emergency manager I know is a conspiracy theorist, big
Okay.
time, because we see both sides of everything that's going on. What happened in the island over there in Hawaii
Over
was
at
a
Lanai,
land
yeah,
grab,
fires. Yep.
and that was intentionally set. And there are factions that are destroying this country, working to destroy this country,
But
and
that's
there are
undoubted.
factions that are trying to save it.
Yep.
Okay. But like we've heard some reports of land being and property being seized up in North Carolina, and I just want to know if you heard anything like that or
Oh yeah, I'm following it too.
okay. So I mean, so you're hearing the same
Has any of
rumors that
that
we
been
are.
corroborated?
I don't know. I would
Well,
like to actually
the
find that
lithium
out.
mines have already been established, the parameter for the lithium mines,
We know
and
that's
there has been a contract signed
now. Did that happen before or after the
Before.
hurricane? Before.
before.
Yeah. But there were
It's been
certain
in 2 years in
principalities
the workings.
that were not going along with the mining because of the
Because it's their
environment.
damn land.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. It's environmental impact, what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is convenient that this storm hit right in that area.
Yeah.
That area has never experienced a storm like that in modern, that is to say, technological history.
This is beyond the 1,000-year storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That area has never in the current modern era been hit with anything like that.
Now, it does like I've seen this happen in New York State because I was stationed out there for about 5.5 years. And during the time I was there, I experienced was it 2 or 3 severe flooding events. I mean, they're pretty bad. And some of these properties that were right along the edge of these viaducts and rivers or what have you were basically purchased by FEMA and then bulldozed to the ground. Is that a common practice as well? If it's a property that continually gets flooded out?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they come in and they want loans and they help me, help me. I'm a victim. And you can only be a victim for so long and people go, you're not a victim anymore.
Yeah.
In my estimation, New Orleans should go away because we're pumping to keep it dry.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, you're living below the sea level. I mean, what are you thinking?
The French built that city in the early 1700s and managed to figure it out with dams. We've lost the technology that the French, the surrender monkeys, the cheese eating surrender monkeys,
Yeah.
came up with almost 300 years ago.
Uh-huh.
They drained and raised New Orleans as a city, and we suddenly don't have the technology to do that anymore.
Correct.
There's a difference between a small village of people and a massive city.
Mm, New Orleans was fairly large for its time, though.
For its time, yes. But
Yes.
now we've got a lot of soot coming in and filling up all those levees and dams and drainage systems. And to go back in there, people build the soot comes in, the people build houses on top of it.
The silt, you can't build on silt.
They do.
I mean, it's not going to work. They may do it. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So, are you familiar with the city of Venice in Italy,
Yes.
with its famous canals and everything? Do you understand how that city works in particular?
It's sinking between 6 and 12 inches a year.
It is sinking 6 to 12 inches a year, but it was built hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And the way that they did it was drive enormous pylons into the dam silt, which eventually petrified over time. And they built the entire city on top of that. So that it's sinking 6 to 12 inches a year right now is pretty remarkable given the engineering they pulled off 1,000 years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
You're
And
absolutely
it's
correct.
kind of what I'm getting at is we have the technology to do these things, but we can't seem to marshal it and marshal the resources to employ it
Well, the word you're
to
looking for is
unfuck
motivation.
situations like these. They're plenty motivated. They're motivated politicians lining their pockets. They're motivated NGOs lining their pockets.
Then you have the thieves and the scumbags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're motivated contractors lining their pockets. That's why we're in the situation that we're in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm glad we have him on the show here,
Yes.
because we are actually getting the other side of the equation here.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause-
He's been saying a lot of stuff that makes a great deal of sense
Yes.
to me that we probably wouldn't have got around to thinking about without these questions. And Agent X, we're talking about you.
Yes.
If you're not
Now, listen here,
half a
Agent
good
X.
person.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm still a conspiracy theorist, and I don't trust the government. I love my country, but I don't trust my government. I'm just saying.
I don't like my government either. I love the country. I don't like the government.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.